So let's start with my game proposal. My proposal was had something to do with clones, and I wanted that the player would be able to clone himself numerous times, and then take the clones back, and then play with that, do something with that. But quickly I realized that was not really possible, and it wasn't really a game. So it changed a lot throughout the making of the game. And then my paper prototype um, was yeah, it was just a paper with two lasers and the clones, and the paper prototype was pretty nice, but however it wasn't really, it was only one level, and it was honestly a pretty boring one. So yeah, that also changed a lot. I also wanted my game to have something to do with lasers, but at the end I didn't add lasers because I just didn't like the vibe. I mean, like, uh, the lasers didn't really match the vibe of my game, and I deliberately did not put lasers in. However, in the playtest, the first playtest, I've changed some things. For example, I've changed the colors. There are more colors. So the color coordinates with the 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 buttons. Like this one coordinates with the wall that moves, so that it's easier to see what will move when you stand on something. The same goes with this one. Before they were gray. Also, I actually removed the ability to transfer through walls. As you can see, my character falls down if he goes through a wall. Sadly, I tried to program it that you just don't teleport, but it didn't really work. Um, yeah. So for the changes I've made in the first level, um, are pretty noticeable. It's only one change. I changed this color of these blocks, the end blocks, to green because I like them more than they were blue. Because I in my head, like, green is good. Green is the way you should go. So I liked green. I also increased the height of these walls because in some player feedback, some people saw that you could just stand on this block and then no, I mean stand on this block and then teleport to that wall and then skip the whole level, and I didn't want them to be able to do that, so I have heightened that block. Also, I changed the clone speed to 0.1 second, and I changed the teleport speed to 0.2 seconds. And now when we look to my second level, you can see I added a whole new bunch. So I'm gonna start with the most noticeable one, the red walls. Those are walls where you can't teleport your clone. Um, if the clone is inside or out, you won't be able to clone inside or outside. Inside the the red zone, you won't be able to clone. Also, these little yellow blocks here are removable blocks. You have one here and one here. Um, yeah, you have to figure out what you have to do with that block, and also with that block. Here you have another red zone. Um, I just made a video wanting to show you how to play the level, and then I noticed that you could just skip this whole part. So I fixed it by making this button, which opens obviously that door, that wall, I guess, only triggers when that box hits it, so not when the character hits it, because if that's the case, you can skip the whole level. Then here I have a little gap, and then these two are like in the first level, or it brings you to the next level. So I'm gonna start with the thing I changed from level 2. So for level 2, nothing really has changed except for this. I put it a little bit further from the red zone because if that box gets in this zone, then there are some issues I don't know how to fix. For the rest, level 1 and 2 are exactly the same. Also, the core mechanics have not been changed. Now for level 3, I added a new sort of puzzle. Um, like this will take a long time to understand how to beat, but it's very simple actually. Just take this box to this side, not that side, and the box that and if the box gets on top of like a block, the block that lights up yellow will be you will be able to stand on that side, and it's a very easy simple concept, but I think it will take the player a long time to get, and that's the kind of thing I want to go for. I want to create a difficult game. I want to have the player uh think hard about what to do next, and yeah, and be happy when he finally figures it out. For the rest of the level, nothing really new of a concept is added. You just take the boxes to the zone, and then you can go further. Like it's not that difficult.